Welcome back, everyone, to Thieves Incorporated. This is session 16. Last we left uh, our fun party of adventurers. They had just gotten themselves into quite a predicament.
A lot of trouble,
if you will.
Mistakes were made, mostly mine.
All of ours.
Let's go around the table. Third, what happened to you?
I died at last. By last, I mean, we all know I've been kind of almost dying 2-3 times a session, and now I'm actually dead, but not actually, because came back, and then went off
Indentured
to
servitude, you wish you're dead.
work off the cost of the health plan because of reasons surrounding what happened.
Yep.
All right, Paimon, what did you do?
I watched my friends die.
Yes, you did.
You also made a friend.
I did make a friend.
You and he were watching our two teams kill each other.
Yeah.
Hilarious. What kind of a cleric is he?
Well,
Was he? Is he? Was he? Yeah, whatever.
You never asked.
Well, I was going not for a domain type, what kind of healer just lets people kill each other perspective.
A pacifist.
Wouldn't a pacifist try to get them to stop killing each other though? Whatever.
Whatever. Ticker.
I enabled one of the stupidest things we've ever done.
Yep.
And I almost died. I somehow managed to survive with 1 hit point.
You'll be fine.
Fine.
Said the dead man. Well, the man who's now dead.
And
It'll be
Skirbo.
fine, Theron says.
I pissed off another group of adventurers. Killed Theron and Pearl.
And Dig Dug.
And Dig Dug. Got the Duchess severely damaged and barely made it away with what was left of the crew.
Yeah.
I think that sums up the captain's mistakes pretty damn well.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we come across.
And we have a Terminator after us now.
Oh yeah.
I have a plan. It's not a great plan, but it should try to help.
Okay.
And now we look upon our setting for a minute. However, we take a quick kind of jump cut, if you will, to a certain Naga who is on his way back from the Great Pyramid with supplies, but on the way back to his humble little village, he has decided that he would visit, that he would gather some food for the trip back. There being a local cactus field, he decides to hang out for it because he knows that there is a local man who lives inside of a small adobe house that always lets people stay.
Spencer,
Yes.
about when is this taking place? Is this at night while we're camping?
Oh no, this is all of base. Okay, how do you pronounce your character's name?
Sadar. Mine?
Yes.
My new one? Sadar.
All right. Okay.
Sadar.
Do you do the funny S thing or no?
I do the funniest thing and draw out all the S.
All right. So, this entire story is just about Sadar at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering. I was wondering mostly because my current plan involves camp.
So are they? So you're saying basically I'm staying at the what's his name? The Gold Dragon dude's house is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I see them coming in?
Well,
approaching?
At first you don't see him. While you are there, you meet with a funny little goblin and a funny little, well, not little, a a kind of tall bugbear fellow who are just in the area with you at the moment. And they've also decided to stay for the night. And so the three of you are just kind of having a chat.
Each time, whenever I look at the goblin and the goblin's just in my eyesight, I'm like suddenly like licking my lips.
Okay. Give me a second while I roll for something.
Oh no, I'm a snake man. I'm just I'm sniffing the air. You smell lovely.
Yeah, that's what she assumes.
Might I say you smell absolutely scrumptious. Your character starts making Hannibal Lecter noises.
And then in a minute's time, you see the door, or at least, well, yes, you see that the door opens and a group of, how would you say, ne'er-do-wells just trounce in. One of them seems to be some kind of weird-looking pirate robot. Another, one of the you believe that are locals, but they seem to be wearing strange clothing for their kind.
Again,
And has a small half elf girl riding on his back, probably.
Yeah.
That too.
Again, Spencer, I'm having trouble picturing this. Is this taking place after we would have set camp for the night?
No, this is you just right before you would do that. This is you walking into the old man's house.
Yes.
Okay,
this is all happening at the tail end of last session.
Yeah, but I also wanted to say I never got to say it last session, but I very deliberately didn't want to make camp at his in his cabin.
Oh.
Yeah, he would be nice and hospitable, but I don't want to do that.
Any particular reason?
Reasons that will become more clear later.
Okay, so not Skirbo, but probably the others.
Yeah.
Oh, and a small little, a small mouse person.
I look my lips like real long, like both tongue just comes out and makes like a little hissing sound, and it's like my head and it's like shoo, as I'm pulling out my staff. And then I gesture to the mouse. Also, who's the snack? Who's the snack?
You call it snack?
I'm not a snack. I'm cute.
I just turn to the insect. Who's the snack? And who are you? I should not mention that there's so many sassy. There's a whole bunch of tribal runic tattoos on, and on my back there is a very large tower shield. Also, at the tip of my staff, there's a flying snake just curled around it. An actual living, breathing flying snake.
Caduceus style?
Yeah. Except the snake is alive, not part of the staff. It's sitting on the staff.
I just want to point out there are so many sassy comments with that comeback, with that could be used as a comeback, because you're like, "Who's the snack?" And it's just like, excuse me, sir, I'm not a snack, I'm a meal.
Paimon, I'm going to need you to roll an insight check.
I can only imagine weirder comments coming from there.
Like, check. That is here. Come on.
Oh, right.
Right. The Naga is coming off very predatory and not in like the sexual way.
Oh my.
I'm thinking you was lunch.
I want to take out one of my daggers.
Oh my god.
Here we go again.
I'm just gonna put a steadying hand like on the flat of Paimon's dagger, just like and you just hear one word, and this is the first word you've heard from Ticker since the fight. It's just don't. I don't think he'll eat you. And if he
don't
if he actually tries to eat you, then you can.
I can stab
Yes.
him? Okay.
I put my dagger away.
Turn to the Thrakreen and just, who are you? What about? Yeah.
He just looks at you and just like and he just goes off to like put Clara to bed.
Yeah.
I turn to the bugbear and the goblin that I've been conversing with. You know them?
They listen. They look to them for a second. I mean, this entire time, it seems that the goblin has just been fiddling around with like one of the strange cactus fruits. I guess they're not strange to you; they're more like one of the cactus fruits. You have an idea of what she's doing.
Analyzing it, slicing it,
yeah.
preparing it.
But but the goblin eventually looks up and then smiles at Paimon as she starts conversing with Paimon. It's like, it's been a while, hasn't it?
I take out one of the chocolate bars that the Kenku gave me, and like hand it to her.
She takes it. Well, Gretchen takes it from you and thanks you profusely for it.
I'm not. I already had too much chocolate.
But yes, it's like, but yes, so Brobnar just kind of like goes to, just kind of goes up to Sadek and was like, oh yes, yes, we've hanged out with these guys before.
Huh. He's dressed rather oddly for a local. I just to take her.
Probably just in the direction he went because he
he
probably
went.
left the room.
Yeah, in the direction he went. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't believe that he is a local.
Well, what do you
Was
mean?
that voice I did for him? Oh, my bad.
He's a Thrakreen. There's a whole bunch of them around here. See them all the time.
Oh, yeah, but he's from he's from like outside of Sigil.
We were cell buddies.
It was funny.
That would explain the strange. And I just gesture with my staff up and down.
Most of you were cell buddies. Except
Yep.
me and Paimon, we were an isolation. We were an isolationist crew. Well, I mean, you had your goblin friend.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, so it was.
All I
was
had was my own
our
mad
cell
ravings
and Paimon's cell and you.
yeah, up. And just my own cave.
I do hope Skirbo's not camping very far away.
Yeah, well, where is Skirbo camping?
Yeah, he's not terribly far away. He's just
Can I see him out the window?
Yeah.
My passive perception is 18.
PP.
You might be able to.
You have dark vision, right?
No.
Oh. Shoot.
Which is odd because I mean, snake people have the little thermal pits and everything, but whatever.
Right. Well, that wouldn't be dark vision. That would be the heat vision.
It's true.
And then,
Which would probably function like blind sight.
because Skirbo is an automaton.
He would. In all honesty, he might actually be pretty hot right now because of the sun bearing down on him all day and the metal.
I mean, either way, I decided Ritual Caster was what I would get more utility out of than Devil's Sight Eldritch Invocation, so I went with Ritual Caster instead. So, yeah.
That's fair.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess we'll like cut to Skirbo for a second.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, Skirvo is just kind of waiting till night.
Well, it is night.
All right. How dark is it?
Okay, so accounting that there is no light pollution, you can barely make out your surroundings all from the glow of just the stars. For there is no moon.
Sounds good. Sounds good enough for me. Yeah. All right. 20 plus 8. I'm rolling to stealth.
Should bury
Yeah,
yourself in the sand.
You got a 26 to stealth.
Yup. The important thing is I enact something else entirely. All right, time to explain my absolutely awful plan.
All right.
All right, here it goes. Here's what I do. All right, so I take out the newspaper I had, and I use some of the spare / leaking oil to write on it using the illumination of my eye to see what I'm writing.
Which section?
More, just anywhere where the writing would be legible.
Okay, there's a lot of sections. You want to go for the sports section. You want to go to the missing persons section. You want to go to like the business finances section.
Yeah. Well, the point is I'm using is that it's not really going to matter because what I write on it's going to be placed on top.
Well, yeah.
He's just using the newspaper as a.
Do you want to ruin?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because you're writing on the newspaper.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess I can use I can use the finances section as at least as the back because those really aren't going to help us here.
Okay.
Yeah. So, try to keep the other articles intact in case they become important, especially the Impaler article. That one's just important to have. But yeah, I take all that and I remove most of my equipment, including the Duchess.
Oh.
Yeah. You might already have an idea where I'm going with this.
No, I have no clue.
All right. Well, I'm with that 26 stealth, I leave that somewhere where they're most certainly going to be able to find it, but I do take the lantern with me. And then I in the darkness of this complete hidden night, head off into the canyon to take the preferably not bridge path,
like
towards
into the canyon, or like
towards
into the
the
canyon,
exit of the.
Or?
No, like
the way we came towards.
I forgot that this is technically a cliffside.
Yeah. So like where we fought them.
Yeah. So no, not back to where we fought them. I go towards the presumably where they're going, the exit.
Well, the exit's all the way back here.
Yeah, I'm going the not bridge route because that's most certainly going to result in me falling off the bridge and getting myself killed.
Okay. Yeah, but there is a cliff face down here you have to climb. Either way, you're going to have to do some climbing. Without taking the bridge, you have to do some climbing somewhere. Because of this ridge here, or, the big canyon that sits between the two halves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how tall the ridges are. How tall were they?
The ridges over here, they're about half as tall as like these ridges are. so they're a lot more capable of being climbed.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So yeah, probably just
I'm.
they probably have enough handholds that it's probably just you have to move at half speed like normal, but you don't need to make a check to climb it. Either that or the check is really low.
Yeah.
Like a DC 10.
That would be fine. The important thing is I need to make it to the is I need to locate the other party, which will presumably I could probably find via a smoke trail or something like that, signing a campfire or something similar.
Except it's
So,
another
so how
war
far
horse.
away did you leave the stuff?
I left it. I left it fairly close to the cabin, so that way you guys are more likely to see it before anything else finds it.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
it's
Um,
yeah.
I mean, what is Sticker doing during the night? Because he doesn't have to sleep like the rest of us.
Clara is awake.
Okay.
Shoot. Crap.
Who she gotta eat?
Well, yeah, okay, who around here does she know the best? I guess she knows Ticker the best out of the group, if not Paimon.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be Ticker or Paimon.
Yeah, Ticker,
Probably be
Paimon.
Ticker.
Yeah, Ticker did just like carry her for half of a day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And the
so,
inedible captain has seemingly gone walkabout.
Mm-hmm. And the elf is dead.
Yes. So Clara asks Ticker, where's Mr. Theron?
Is there a window in the room we're in?
Yes. This
You
is
just-
the desert. It would be
Yeah.
unwise to not have
Yeah.
a window.
Okay. He's just looking out the window. He just pulls out a paper and just because he doesn't want to freak her out with telepathy because that
Yeah.
you know he just pulls out a paper and he's just gonna write something about
He dead.
how we had to there was nothing we could do for him and we had to leave him behind.
You leave me behind?
Never.
Never.
Oh, where's Captain Scurvy?
I'm just gonna look around outside the window. I do have
Yeah.
dark vision. Do I see the
Yeah, you
stuff he left?
Yeah, you don't see Jervo.
Yes, you see random objects that look
Yeah,
like they belong to Skirbo.
Yeah, including his hat.
Stay here. I'll just write down stay here for a minute. And I'm just gonna go and get the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Paimon, I'm gonna need you to make me a charisma based.
It's your turn, honey.
Charisma. What?
Charisma saving throw.
I figured it would be
Saving
Paimon
throw.
because she's like the only mammal left in the party.
Bro, she's gonna suck me dry, bro.
There's also a bugbear. There's also a bugbear and a goblin.
Bro, I'm tiny. I have like a pint of blood. That's all.
Yeah.
Like I said.
Yeah,
gonna give you a
exactly.
It's gonna
Like I
give
said.
your
She's gonna
Who's
big
the
fucking
snack?
kill me, man.
oh, your little heart's gonna give out.
If you end up dying and you get all your blood sucked, I am totally going to turn you into a stew. I'm just going to say that right now.
Oh my god.
Sadek,
Dar.
you just
That's Sadek.
casually watch as like this half elf girl, like this strange pale half elf girl, just like go up to like this
The mouse.
the mouse person, and then just like ask her a simple question. Hey, can I have some of your life force? And almost like compelled to do as this as the half elf asks, just kind of like lets her, and then the half elf takes a bite out of um the neck of the mouse.
Mm-hmm. I'll just watching this. I'll just mutter a naga, just be like, "Now, why can't it work be that easy for me?"
I have a question, actually, just for future reference. It doesn't really matter right this instant, but could an alchemy jug produce animal blood?
That is an odd thing to ask. Give me a second.
Well, normally it can produce acid, basic poison, beer, honey, mayonnaise, oil, vinegar, water, or wine.
Hey yo.
Can even produce mayo. What an odd
Yeah,
thing.
they needed something
Mayonnaise.
else to add to the list, I think is what they said. When the
Alright.
developers of the game were asked about it, so they added mayonnaise to the list because why not? Once per, you can produce up to 2 gallons of mayonnaise per day.
Oh my god.
What? Who needs that much mayonnaise? Good grief!
That's a lot of gold right there, man.
Just open up a mayo shop.
Yeah. 2 gallons of mayonnaise.
Huh. You know, mayonnaise is a lot more recent of an invention than I thought it was.
Yeah.
I figured as much.
Yeah, but I mean,
Which makes it odd that they included it.
Fun fact: the pepper grinder was invented before the vegetable peeler.
Huh.
Ah,
But
I
also,
mean, I guess it makes
yeah,
sense.
mayonnaise
I mean, it
was
kind
a
of makes sense.
yeah, mayonnaise
It
was
makes
a very recent invention, but like you could have made it like way back in ancient Roman times if you knew how to. It's literally just
right.
oil, eggs, and an acid.
If you knew what mayonnaise was, you could make mayonnaise. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense on the vegetable peeler front too, because I mean, a vegetable peeler is great, but a knife
a
works just.
knife does the exact
Yeah.
same purpose.
It's just strange to think about that a pepper grinder was invented before a vegetable peeler was.
Yeah.
I think the can opener was invented like 40 years after the invention of the tin can.
Anyways,
Anyways, back to the matter at hand.
Anyways,
Yeah,
the
back-
question that I was asking: would an alchemy jug be able to produce blood? Animal blood?
A typical one, no.
Okay.
But a modified one, yes.
Okay, because I do have that as one of the infusions I know. So
Replicate magic item alchemy jug.
Then yes, because you are making a customized one.
okay, so I'll probably switch the repeating shot to that just so we don't have any more issues.
Alright, but back to the matter at hand. Ticker, you find that all of Skirbo's stuff is just out in the middle of the open.
All right, I'll gather it up.
with no Skirvo to be seen.
Yeah. And too good of a stealth check that I'm not going to be able to follow him.
Yep. Well, when Ticker walks back in with the bag, I just turn to him. What's that? That wasn't down there when I came through here.
Captain, you hear this telepathically. Our captain left it. And I'm just gonna. What does the newspaper say on it, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, which part of what does it say on the newspaper?
Well, actually, Spencer, for thematic reasons, could we get to the point where I locate the other party?
Well, that depends on several choices that you make. Okay, so when you get around like this part, like halfway through the night, you see a village.
Oh, there's another village.
What do you do?
What do the main inhabitants appear to be?
They appear to be similar to to those other catfolk that live downside the ridge.
All right. I speak
So
to
this village and this village have similar inhabitants.
Yes.
I speak to
Okay.
I attempt to make communication with the villagers and ask them if a rather angry metal if a rather angry metal cre- angry metal lady came through here.
Okay. I don't know why I kept hearing. For some reason, I got in my head that you were saying like metal milf, but
No,
all right.
no. I kept correcting myself because I was like, metal creature, no, metal thing, no. Let's just go with metal lady.
Um. Okay. So the only person awake at this hour, or at
Yeah.
least not awake, but that you see in sight that is active about, is a single guard.
Yeah.
Who just goes to. You're speaking in common, right?
Yes. I assume they don't speak Elvish.
Well, so so you talk to them, and this one guard like starts taking out a series of scrolls from
Hmm.
a side bag and starts reading it. Hello, traveler. Who are you?
Scarvo.
The singular guard just continues to shuffle through several different other scrolls. What business do you have in this place? Common is not his first language, as you are probably
Yeah, no,
figuring out.
I'm well aware because of course it isn't. Ugh. Think of a way to put this. Uh, any other have any other travelers come through here?
He looks at you kind of curiously, and then, well, not curiously, but skeptically, uh, looks through a bunch of papers, um, and points out, what was it? Starts pointing to a word, and but he's unsure of himself. So he goes inside. Okay, so you are basically talking to a guard who is like up on a little outpost, not outpost, but like
Yeah.
sentry
Watchtower?
post type, watchtower type building.
All right.
He then goes down to a he goes down a floor in like this that is like an actual house type thing. I don't. How do I describe it? Think of a tree house, but at the
All right.
top of the tree house, there's like a roof that you can stand on top of.
Yep.
But it's not
So
a tree house. It's like
So a watch post and a guardhouse.
Yes.
Got
He
it.
goes to the guardhouse and then gets another individual, and these two individuals are going back and forth in a language that you can't quite understand. It was like, and and they and then they face you again, like simultaneously. It's almost a bit eerie as how they do it.
Yep.
It's like, you mean short people?
J- uh, I I say Actually, how tall was the Warforged lady?
The Warforged was slightly taller than you, but not taller than you if you had your hat on.
She has like a half inch or something.
That's not even a half inch. That's barely a millimeter. Which means that
Depends on how tall your hat is.
yeah, but that also
Oh.
means that these people that also means that whoever designed her clearly knew nothing about metrics. Because Skirbo was designed at a perfectly square height. Efficient.
Well, actually,
But-
what it could be is that she is your height, and then there's the added height of the porcelain casing.
Probably.
That's probably what it is. That standard metric metal interior, and then
Nah, knowing her
Just put a-
vanity, she's wearing heels.
put a
She
porcelain
wasn't wearing heels.
casing around her.
Why on earth would she wear heels?
Heel boots have built-in heels.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of boots had built-in heels.
She wasn't wearing boots. I forgot what those types of shoes are called.
Anyways,
My point is the
Stilettos?
Moccasins?
Oh.
That's what they are.
All right. Anyway, I respond.
The cat people are not taller than you.
Yeah, no,
Even
that's
like from this distance, you can tell that they're not taller than you.
yeah, no. It's height doesn't really matter. It just matters that Skirbo's a ruler. But the but anyway, the point is that I say actually most of the other party was short, weren't they?
Uh,
I mean, they had a dwarf, they had that kid, and then there was the druid. How tall was the druid?
the druid was always slouching, as like some people do. So, you size up that he's probably around like 5 foot, 10ish.
Okay. I okay. How to explain this? Because of course it has to be so obscenely difficult to do something so simple. the so I'm so I attempt to explain. Let's see. So they respond, short people. I say metal one, and clink my my own metal as to sort of signal that this is what I mean, something similar.
The two guards look at each other. They constantly go back and forth again. I was like, and their funny in their funny language that they have, and then they look back to you once again, kind of turning simultaneously.
Yeah.
Start flipping through several scrolls once again. No, you are no one that looks like you.
All right. It's possible that they didn't understand me.
what is your plan? Like out of character.
My plan is quite literally I wanted to go try to make peace with them, and if that gets me killed, so be it.
Oh.
Yeah. The fact that Spencer's making this much more difficult than it already was going to be is actually I actually find extremely frustrating.
Well, I'm sorry. It's just that this was the first reaction. Well, not reaction, but this would be like the first thing that happens when you encounter like one of these villages. But you guys have not like went to a single one yet.
Yeah, I know.
Well, Ticker kind of went to the Thrakrim village, but he can
Yeah.
speak their language, so I mean,
Yes, you can
that
speak
wasn't a
their
problem.
language thoroughly, so no problems arose.
Okay, that'll work. Most recent or last travelers to pass through here. Where did they go?
As they start like repeating
Because
some
I
of your
didn't
words.
see them on my way up this way, so that tells me they didn't come my direction. They either have to still be up there or have to have still or have gone down this way. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Unless,
and
of
they
course, they
would have
went
been the last
that
travelers, or
way.
at least they should have been timing wise.
I mean, they could have gone that way, but I don't see why they would.
So so with this conversation, they go back and forth once again.
Yeah.
And then one of them gets kind of an excited look. It was like, turns back to you. With the translation that they kind of have, it's like they are sleeping with us. If you make an insight check, I'll just give you like
Yeah, that they're in the village.
they're in the village. They have stayed here for the night.
All right, that makes things easy. May I meet them?
They look to each other, just kind of like, sure.
All right. Yep. This is gonna get gonna paint the town black with all the oil I got left in me.
Oh, golly.
All right. It doesn't take you very long to figure out where their stuff is because you see a pair of familiar-looking camels.
Yep.
Some of Dig Dug's camels.
Yep.
How do you want to go about doing this?
Oh, hell no.
All right. First of all, I'm gonna roll another stealth. That'll be good enough.
That's a 19. You are sufficiently stealth.
Yep. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna get a nice hiding spot for now, and then I'm just going to use my throw voice ability.
Yes.
Performance. That's what it was. Come on.
I mean, he is hidden, so
Yeah.
You are
advantage?
hidden.
Yeah.
But you didn't throw your voice that far, so it just looks like that it's coming from the barrel that is like a couple feet in front of you.
That's fine.
What do you plan on saying?
All right. Yeah. I tell them. I had a week to plan this part, and I never really planned a good enough opener for it, so that's fun. Which isn't great, but also considering that this is a terrible idea to begin with, it's already fine. So here we go. We got a. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell them. Is I'm gonna call them. Is I'm gonna be telling them in my normal voice, not any funny tricks with my voice whatsoever. Just telling them. Uh, All right, come on out now. I've got a proposal for you. One that I think you might find beneficial.
You hear some shuffling from inside from the abode. That is what we are going to call it. It's not really a hut because there is no grass. I guess it would be an adobe-esque structure. And after what appears to be some arguing, they just they they send out the small the small Kenku person. I believe you remember that their name is Charming.
Yeah, I walk out of my stealth to meet Charming.
Ah! Spooky skeleton man.
Use turn undead.
Hello, Charming.
Does he use turn undead because he's a skeleton? I thought it would do anything to Skirbo.
It doesn't do anything. Go back, Owl undead.
Not undead. I'm the Warforged you met earlier today.
Oh, hello. I'm Charming.
Hello, Charming. So I assume you're the one they sent to speak with me?
Yes. Something about something about how this could be like a trap. I don't know what they mean by that.
Fair. Completely fair.
Do they send their healer out if it's a trap? Wow.
Yeah.
No, they send their most
shows-
expendable party member out if it's a trap.
Yup. Well, I see I can tell as much. Well, I simply have only one thing I want. And no, it is not the blue orb. You can have it. It's rightfully yours, and I should have left it as that.
Oh, do you want my wallet? People usually ask me for my wallet.
You need to learn to say no more, lad. However, right now, my current proposal is I wish to clean the table, as it were. We got off into a nasty scrape there. Don't know how many of yours are still alive. If I were a betting man, I'd say most of them, if not all.
Oh, they wouldn't have hired me if I didn't do my job correctly.
Yes. Well, I'm here as the captain. I made a bad call. A call I shouldn't have made. Living days of glory long past. Perhaps it's causing me to reevaluate things. Maybe Warforged don't live so long for a reason. The important thing, however, it's suffice it to say, your friends hold a grudge, don't they?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't ask them about these things.
Well, I'm here to own up to that grudge. My crew shouldn't pay for my mistakes, and they already have. This was my choice. My decision. I'm here to at least make sure they don't pay any more for what I've done. So you can tell them to come on out. All I got on me is a rusty dagger.
Well,
And I pull it and I pull out my indeed rusty dagger.
Be careful now. Remember, I got tetanus from the rusty spears in that cave. I'm pretty
If
sure
I remember
tetanusing a touch sure, though.
if I remember correctly, Brad, the dwarf was an honorable person.
Yeah.
No, he backstabbed me.
No,
He was
okay.
not.
Yeah.
I thought he was.
Yeah.
Which is why I
Well,
I
dwarves
made,
are usually honorable. That
yeah,
makes it weird
usually,
then.
Yeah.
which is why I the elf
Not
made
all
the hasty
dwarves.
generalization that all dwarves are clearly like this individual, made not to be trusted.
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
So no, the dwarf is not.
Okay.
The others I can't speak for.
was it? What happens in this situation?
I mean,
Hmm.
they all
I am
survived. We
Yeah.
lost
I am
people.
alone.
They won that fight.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know.
And they kept the dragon orb.
Yeah,
So, I
and
mean,
they
it's
kept
not
the
like
dragon orb. So, like, I don't think they should have any real reason to kill him if he comes unarmed. Just
Do
wanting
parley?
to.
Then again, to be fair, one of them is very pissed off with me.
Well, that's the only person. That's the only other person that does come out.
Yeah.
So there you see the porcelain mannequin once again that you have. Well, that refers to herself as Ellie, just kind of just kind of angrily walks out. Her face now reformed back to its original state. What are you doing here at this late hour? We have taught. We. I get it that you are a warforged, but if you dare mess with with the sleep time of especially this small child, just kind of like lifts up Charming.
It was your decision to wake the child. My business was not with the boy. It was with you.
That was the dwarf's decision because they knew. Listen, the dwarf was like, if I go out, then I'll just kill you, which is kind of at the rate of which that we are going at. What is it that you want? And I will tell the others in the morning.
It's actually very simple what I want. You leave my crew alone, the grudge will be settled. In exchange, I'm the captain. I throw my knife to the ground, in the dagger itself impaling the sand. In exchange, I'm all yours, mate. I'm the reason you got all smashed up. I'm the sole reason that fight even broke out in the first place. My crew shouldn't pay for my mistakes.
Makes sense. But, she's about to attack you. Is there anything that you wanted to do?
Hold on a second. Like, just out of character, I just want to say something that I think would be like something that would feel in character for this one to do. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it would be in character for her to just like she sees that it's clearly like he's clearly not sitting well with it.
Yeah.
Let him stew with the emotional anguish because that's going to hurt a lot longer than killing him will.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I wasn't planning on killing him. It's more like a show of force.
Okay.
Yep.
Mm.
So,
Trying to get him to admit that
so
she's
she
better.
goes up to you with this lightning fast speed, and then proceeds to do what most people would consider a chokehold, but since both of you are automatons,
Yeah.
Don't
it
breathe.
doesn't do anything. As she holds you with one hand up against a wall, just holding where your neck is supposed to be. All right, I will accept your apology this time around. God dang it!
Dang it, Maddie!
Maddie! This is
What'd
why
she
we can't have nice things.
What'd she put?
Quote, that's kinky, close quote. That's what Maddie, without the quotation marks, that's what Maddie typed.
Uh,
I'll mute myself.
It's just
there
Maddie
it
being
is.
Maddie.
There it is.
And we'll see. And she holds you there for a minute, or at
And-
least like while this whole conversation is going down. You can kind of hear as like the gears, or at least like the internal pressure, just rising as
Yeah.
she's like, "But if you ever get in our way again, I will make sure that, unlike your friends, you don't die, but I will keep you alive as a memento for the rest of my days."
Dave,
Do we have it clear?
Hang on. Let me roll. Let me just roll a little. That's fine. I was just rolling an intimidation in case it scared anyone. It's not intending to be terrifying. It was more of those incidental ones.
Right.
Because he just busted out cackling like a complete madman.
Like, clearly not healthy laughter, just
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, his laughter even fragments a bit audio wise. I knew there was a reason I'd like you. That sounds like a fair arrangement. And I rather mechanically twist my hand around to extending the making a deal handshake, despite the fact that she's has me in a choke.
With her other hand, she shakes yours.
Yeah. By the way, his eye is like glaring red this whole time. Well, like while he was talking to her. Yeah. I've always used that to signify when he is malfunctioning.
But
because,
yes,
and in this case, it's just because of the like malfunctioning in the same way, like, you know, you went through a lot. It basically came close to breaking your mind, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what does she do?
She shakes your hand with her free hand as she's still choking you with the other. And then afterwards, she drops you.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, because I'm still heavily damaged, just for flavor purposes, because I want to do this at least once in the campaign. There's an oily black spot on her hand just from leaking from my hand.
All right.
Yeah.
I assume she just wipes it off, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That'll be an interesting question.
Yeah.
Do Warforged perspire? And if they perspire, is it their motor oil?
Yeah.
I don't think so. But well, listen, they sweat, but it's more like moisture that is built up from the outside.
Yeah.
That just kind of goes. I forgot the word for it. Condensate onto.
Condensation?
Yeah, condensation.
Fair enough.
But just so we're clear, even one of your members breaks this new vow, then all bets are off.
I will assure that no one from my side will do such a thing.
He nods. Skirvo's going to then wander. Is then just going to wander away from where they're staying,
All right.
and then he's just going is going to go back to the to that guard post,
Mhm.
and then he's just going to shut down.
Oh,
What did the newspaper say on it
Yeah.
now?
Yeah. There's a all right, the newspaper says, Mr. Ticker, if you're reading this, then I'm already long gone. There's a high probability I've decided as the captain I should not make the crew pay for my mistakes. So I went to pay you. I've gone to make peace with those we've wronged today. I suggest a 78% chance likelihood that I will not return.
Yeah.
In the event of I provide you with all me belongings and the Duchess. I trust you'll keep them safe.
Yeah. Tigger's just gonna walk back in after he picks up the stuff.
There's even a note saying, there's even a part of the note that says that if you can't make good use of the Duchess, then at least sink her so that she can feel the waves one last time.
He's going to. He basically just walks back in, holding the bottle that the Duchess is in, just like shaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when you walked back in, because you just went out there and picked up the stuff and went back in. And so I was like, "What's that?" Didn't see that over there when I came in.
He just
And then he
holds
said
it
to the
up
captain, yeah.
so you can see it.
Don't see that around here. That's for certain.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll my hit
See
dice
that
because
around
I am
here.
effectively resting for the rest of this
Mhm.
all
time.
right.
I did leave a detailed note of what direction I took in case he wishes to find my remains.
Yeah. And then, well, then after that brief conversation with Ticker, I just basically coil up into a big pile of snake coils, and I take the long rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have no idea how long ago Skirvo left.
I'm just gonna go back to the room that Clara was staying in, and I'm just gonna.
and of course, the note specifically underlines take care of Clara.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. If Skuro had actually died there,
Yeah.
yeah, I would have used grit if it meant saving Clara in a future encounter.
Yeah. Anyways,
But at the time, so you go back to the room in which Clara was staying in which Paimon is in.
I'll be
now.
fine.
And due to the awkwardness of the situation that this kind of is in, it's more like that Paimon is sleeping on top of Clara.
Okay. I'm just gonna look in that direction and then just sit down. I'm just gonna sit there, not really doing anything for the entire night.
Yeah.
And yeah, I assume we get our long rest.
You guys get your long rest.
Needed long
Okay,
rest.
so first of all, I'm gonna burn my last 2 spell slots before the long rest to cast Cure Wounds on myself twice.
Yep.
All
You
right.
remember, John, when I said you'd need it more than I would? That's why.
Okay, 15 hit points.
Because I was literally planning on abandoning the party and possibly getting myself killed.
And then I'm gonna
This
start
was a
spending hit dice.
terrible plan. I can't believe it worked. You
Um,
fully expected to have shown, to have been, for you to have found Skirvo's remains somewhere.
I mean,
Uh,
there are
Paimon,
rules about parley, basically.
Yeah.
you lose 2 hit dice, and you gain 1 level of exhaustion.
It's not me this time.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I will point out, though, I can't heal you. Actually, I could, if I can damage someone with Wither and Bloom.
all right.
I'm going to drop the infusion on the repeating shot, and I'm gonna make an alchemy jug.
How many infusions do you get?
I only
right
get 2
now,
of them.
it's just one, right?
Yeah,
Two?
he only has 2 that he can have, but he knows 4.
Yeah.
All right.
And the 2 I have active right now are the bag of holding and the alchemy jug.
Right. Okay. Both are very useful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Repeating shots, very nice, but
Yeah,
not very
I had
useful
that
at the
idea, and I'm like, that's a really good idea. I'm gonna ask Spencer if that'll work.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Means I'm gonna have to spend money on reloading my pistol, and also now spend rounds reloading the pistol. But
Yeah, but
that's fine.
Um,
We can
It
always
is
replace
morning.
the pistol.
what was it? Martin Robinson gets
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
up in the morning. He's got like a little chef's apron on, and he's cooking some eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Has the
I get
smell
up
of
around the
just
same time
eggs
he does.
and cheese. Just scrambled eggs in general is what wakes the party,
okay.
or at least the ones that aren't trapped in a faraway village
And
inside of a
and the
guard
ones that
post now.
actually sleep.
Which
Yep.
is now 1 more than there used to be.
Yeah. Now
I'll
there's
just
we got more sleepers, people.
step just outside, and I'm just gonna burn a day's worth of rations.
Oh,
For Pearl.
Yeah.
In the morning when I get up, I cast the ritual for mage armor because I mean it lasts for 8 hours.
yeah, that makes sense.
After I've completed the ritual, you all notice that the runic tribal tattoos on my various scales are actually faintly glowing with magic.
Paimon, you wake up feeling dizzy as you wake up in in the lap of Clara.
Okay.
All right.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
is
did
it
pick up my rusty dagger, by the way.
is it obvious that Clara took a bite out of me?
I mean, to me,
you
but I can
see,
see that
you're
I saw
already a
her bite
pale
go in the-
rat. I don't. So,
Do I see like
can you see
any
your own
puncture
neck
wounds?
in any way?
I cannot.
Usually, most things can't unless there's a mirror.
Yeah.
Would
I mean,
that
it's
be
not
a
like
thing
you
on
knew
the
Clara
red?
was feeding on Theron.
Let's be honest.
Well,
Even if she
yeah.
did, she wouldn't have cared.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but
I like
no,
wish
just
for your death,
watched that
man.
all happen and just muttered
I-
in Naga. Why isn't it that easy for me?
What are you talking about?
Well, he muttered that in Naga. That was last night.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Then
Yeah.
Yeah.
ignore me. Fuck.
Yeah. Also, you would have heard him speaking something in snake tongue, but you wouldn't have any
I
idea what it
can't do
was.
that. I can't do that.
Yeah, no. He thinks to get up and he's just like, what's? And he just turns to Ticker. What's wrong with the snack?
He just looks at the
With the snack?
he looks at
Yeah.
presumably the bite mark on her neck.
Been going.
It's a long
Party's
story.
It's been going around.
It's going.
No, he just says it's a long story.
Um,
Uh,
anything you guys want to do in the morning?
I will ask Chicker and them, what brings them to this spot of the desert?
Money.
Out in the middle of nowhere?
We
There ain't
were
no money to be
seeking-
found here.
We were seeking an artifact for our employer.
Mm.
We found it.
Oh, you're one of those who works at the pyramid. He gestures off in the distance in the general direction that the pyramid is.
We found it, but and he just looks at the Duchess, which is still in one of his hands. I'm not sure if it was worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was worth it.
The desert is a very harsh, unforgiving place.
The racist
You
is
must-
dead. So
The who?
the racist. It was a racist elf guy.
Oh.
We once
Hated his
traveled with an elf. He
Mm.
died recently.
Ah. How unfortunate.
Yeah, he was a dick.
It is like death comes to all eventually. If there are any like small plants just in his general vicinity, they just sort of start wilting. The longer he stands in their presence, the more they wilt.
Oh, all right. You wilted the flower that was on the windowsill. It was a nice flower.
You know what's funny? This twice Ticker's been faked out about Skirvo dying.
Yeah, I have plans for what he's gonna do when we find him.
Uses
3 days period.
Just like takes his wrench and smacks Skirvo in
You'll
the head
see,
or
you'll
something
see,
like
you'll
that.
see, you'll see.
Yeah, no, I can't wait.
Enraged.
But yeah,
insect screaming.
before I had once Clara's up, I'll basically just tell her the captain isn't coming back.
Oh,
Not coming back. Is that what the note told you?
No, this was telepathic. You didn't hear it.
Oh, it's a back. Okay. Never mind.
Remember,
Wait.
no one hears Ticker except for the person he wants to hear him.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I think this is the first time you've spoken telepathically to Clara.
Oh yeah,
it
I
is.
forgot about
Yeah.
that. Well,
She
he would
freaks out
probably
for a
forget about
second.
that in character too. So
Yeah.
She freaks out. Why are there voices in my head?
he just his eyes just go wide for a
I just
second. He
immediately
pulls out the same like basically sketch pad I assume he was using, and he just
Sorry,
quickly
that was
writes
me.
sorry on it.
I just turned to the director, just looking at me like, you mean they don't know that you could?
Just her.
Because he's like completely non-pulse. The ticker is. He's just like.
Just Clara.
Who
She
you-
is young. She is not
Oh.
used to it. But yeah, I'll just quickly write sorry
Yeah, I can do that.
on something and just show it to her.
Oh, I thought I was starting to get the bits like my older sister.
That's troubling.
Yeah, that's. I'm sure that's fine.
It's fine.
It'll be fine.
It's fine.
No one wants to unpack that bag just yet.
I'm not gonna say anything about it right now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is not a bag we need to be unpacking at the moment.
Yeah, and it's not a bag he would be unpacking in character at the moment.
Yep.
Mhm.
This bag. Let me point out. This bag needs to be unpacked.
Yeah, just not yet.
Just not right now.
Mhm.
Ticker will just make a mental note of it.
Mhm. Yeah. How far was it from Martin Robinson's house to the cactus fields?
About 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Just tell him I'll be back in a little bit. I'm going to go get some fruits. I head off to the
I'll
cactus
just
patch.
pull out the fruit. How many do you need?
Well, I was just going to grab some on my way towards my village. It is. What direction is my village, Spence?
All right. Okay. So this place is 2 days travel, or was it 1 day's travel?
You
I
said
Um,
one
think
day
it was a day's travel
from the pyramid.
From the pyramid.
All right. Okay.
From here to the pyramid, it was
Spence
1
and I were
day's
talking.
travel.
It was a day.
So
Spence and I were talking. It was 1 day from the pyramid to my village as well.
yes, but I'm referring to like days travel from here to the.
Yeah,
It would
it was
be
about a day.
okay. So it would be like about half a day's travel from here. It's on
Okay.
the opposite side of this ridge because so ridge? That's not the right word.
As in, it's like up here, or
Um, it
What do you
would
mean?
be the theoretical down direction, but you know it would be south, but you and I both know that that's not actually south.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I when I'm village about half day that direction, and a point in the direction that it actually is. Just getting some supplies on my way back from trip to the pyramid city thing that you all adventuring types live in.
You're just gonna put the fruit back in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Well, back in a coat pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Besides, look, judging on how you how haggard you came in last night, I think you're going to need those. Yeah. So I head out to go pick cactus fruit. Probably for like an hour.
Miraculously, I'm actually back at full health,
Oh,
and I didn't
Alright.
even have to spend all my hit dice.
Nice.
impressive.
I mean, being able to cast Cure Wounds helps.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Make it to the cactus field. It seems as if both Gretchen and Brobnar are already there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I just nod and briefly lift my fez off my head, just in a sort of like a greeting.
Yeah.
And then
Alright.
I'll probably spend about 1 hour picking cactus fruit in the
All
morning.
right. Roll survival.
Ooh.
All right. Now roll it again. All right. In this period of time, you have managed to get 35 cactus fruit, all fully. What's it? All fully. How would you say dissected,
Mm-hmm.
so that you get rid of like all the unnecessary parts.
Like all the spines and things.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The thorns and
All the unwanted bits.
the buds and the stems and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because I assume these are basically just prickly pears.
Yes. Prickly pears with a couple of other magical properties.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would have identified them during that rest, but Tigger was way too shaken up to have done that. So yeah, I'm actually gonna make the alchemy jug during my next rest. I'm gonna just
All right.
because again, Tigger's probably way too shaken up to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Understandable.
I put the cactus fruit in my bag, and I slither back to the cabin.
All right. With everyone back at the cabin, what does the party want to do next?
I spend some of the time just making small talk, trying to figure out what these adventuring people are doing here.
That's
all
that's for those of you who don't D&D. That's small. That's shorthand for finding a reason for this character to stay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Why? Yeah.
I am going to read up on the anarchists cookbook, like in a corner
Yeah.
far away from Sidar.
All right.
Yeah, boy. Get us some bombs.
Hell yeah!
I'm just
All
gonna
right.
watch
Next
over
time we
Clara.
decide we want to. Next time we end up having to throw down with the B team, we just bomb their asses to Kingdom Come.
Yeah, because I'm sure it'll work out even better that time.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Sure, except guys, I have Fireball and Call Lightning.
We'll
Yay!
say that you
It'll go
get 2
slightly
hours
better.
through in the book
Alright, sweet.
with 38 left.
But yeah, I'll just
Okay.
keep an eye on Clara. Just
About like at the 10-hour mark, you'll get some goodies.
Okay, alright.
Yeah.
All right. What's your guys' plan?
Yes,
I
the
mean, we
three
may as
of you.
well leave after like the 2 hours we spend there.
Mm-hmm.
Presumably, just
You know what? I was like talking to Ticker, and be like, "You lot intrigue me. You're very interesting for outsiders. Unless you have specific business you need to do in the pyramid, perhaps. Since you seem to be running from something." Staying out here in the wastes would be more beneficial to you. My village is only about half a day south of here, and it is out in the middle of nowhere. Could be a good spot to hide.
might not be a bad idea. We still have to get out of the canyon, though. And I'm not braving that bridge again.
I turned kind of like that bridge. Yeah, that's very sketch.
You
I said that in the
braved the bridge. You people are crazier than I thought.
something along those lines. You're borderline insane.
Well, actually,
Oh, probably not. I was like, yeah, I just agree with them. Yeah, that bridge is pretty rickety.
it is pretty rickety, but you don't see why it would be a trouble for them unless they were like, going multiple people at once on the bridge at the same time. That might be an issue.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, the bridge is rickety, but what's wrong with the bridge? It's a little rickety, swerves in the wind.
Oh, one
I
at
did
a
notice there
time.
were some outflanks, though, this past time.
We almost lost someone last time we went over that bridge.
Yeah,
You all
almost
crossed
left you
that
with them.
once?
I won't cross it again.
You all crossed it at the same time?
Perhaps not the smartest idea.
His eye ridges are looking. He's looking at you like you've suddenly grown a second head or something like that.
I want to say like the apathy behind Ticker's the apathy that I'm doing is accurate. Like there is almost no emotion in the in the telepathy. Like
Yeah.
normally there would be. There is almost no emotion here.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're
pour
guys
one
going
out
through
for
it.
old Captain Skirvo. He did our people proud.
Considering I'm here with the cactus fruit, I assume the way to my village is not back across the bridge, but like probably that direction. I would guess.
Even still, we'd have to get out of the canyon. So.
Yeah.
Like we can't just go in
What
that
is the
direction.
usual
We
path?
have to.
Yeah. What is the usual path I take?
You usually go across the bridge.
Well, yeah,
Because you're
and
already
once I get
familiar with this house.
yeah, and then once I
actually,
get
you're kind
here,
of- once you get
Well,
here,
scenic route it is.
Scenic route it is.
Well, 'cause I mean, well, that way is to the pyramids. You come from there over here, cross the bridge, and then where do I go from here? Is the question I have.
oh no, you just noticed it. You just went back out that way because you know that staying in this canyon is a lot safer than staying out in the wastes where there are giant sandworms.
I am.
Regardless, that was the direct.
Yeah.
North is the just point in the direction of up here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was the direction that our captain went. I would like to recover his remains.
Very well. I will go with you. You seem at the
Note
very
number
least
one.
interesting.
Note number one. I did.
Creatures.
Note number one. I actually like. I didn't just sentries rest. I fully shut off.
Oh yeah, I have a plan. It's like if they get to your location,
Yeah.
what's going on with you.
Good.
All right, so the party now with new members in tow and a couple of
Yay!
Some old members.
yes,
We haven't
travel
had
their
With
way
new faces and old.
upwards across the valley. I assume you're all leaving, and there's nothing else you guys want to do, unless there is something you guys want to do. Is there
No.
something you want to guys do as a travel action or something like that?
Not
No,
particularly.
Nope, I'm good.
Oh, okay. Just travel your ways. I
Mhm.
guess this should be.
What was this icon again?
That is the goblin village that lies on top of some horizon-back turtles.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
give it a wide
are-
berth again so we don't cause
Mhm.
any issues. Oh, it's not there. Okay, never mind.
Yes.
Mhm.
It's migrating.
Oh yeah.
I have both my shield
I guess
and
they
my
would be over
staff
here at the
on my
moment.
back because I invested in a shield sling.
Yes. You guys travel forth, and once you get over here, or at least, wait, which direction are you guys going? This way?
Well, we'd be headed for
Uh,
probably that village once we see it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Besides,
yeah.
that's the
So-
direction we need to go anyways.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah. Head there and see if they know where a
guys are
metal
all
man
gone.
went.
All right. You guys.
Well, I assume we see him by the guard post.
Well, you guys see a village, and in let's see, so a little bit like outside the village, in a small kind of what's it? So not really. So there is a large well. This well is kind of like it's how do I describe it? It would be like the size of a house with steps that kind of go down in a spiral sort of pattern. At the top, there is Skirvo, and he looks to be strung up like a scarecrow at the top.
Like over the well?
Well, next to the staircase that leads down to the well,
Oh,
with
okay.
some things written in a writing that you can't understand, but
Am I
the
familiar
deck
with this
might be
village?
able to understand. You are familiar with this village.
Okay. Okay. I know. Just of course the war fortune near the well, and I was like, "That's wasn't here last time."
Tigger just runs to the base of
yeah.
the post that he's up on.
I
did they
kind of imagine
tie
it being
him up?
kind of like it's almost like the friggin' Pirates of the Caribbean, the opening of the first one where they had the pirates be warned.
Yeah.
The skeletons.
Why did they tie him up?
I just shrug. What does the sign say?
Oh, I will say you are half familiar with this language, so if you make an insight check,
What language is it? I mean, I speak Common,
I
Naga,
assume it's
Draconic, and
Tabaxi.
Apocalyptic.
Tabaxi.
Baxi would have been the best one.
Insight. +5 because my whiz is maxed, but I don't have proficiency. 11.
11. It's not that hard to understand. You believe that it might be some sort of, not necessarily an offering, but a, but kind of a, a post talking about their kind of godlike being known as Blue Thunder.
It's pseudo offering of sorts to their deity of Blue Thunder.
Well, we'd better get him down before it comes here. Before it gets here.
I pull out my folding 10-foot pole and I just sort of tap him on the head, just sort of making it like a tink, 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 like, hey, you,
Yeah,
you
no-
wait.
Yeah, he's not
Thunder sounds
responding.
like a bitch.
Remember, I fully shut down. He's not responding.
Yeah, I'm just like tapping you on the skull.
I'm
on
gonna
your head plate.
get him. I'm gonna get him down.
Yeah.
All right. Kind of check would it be to handle knots?
It's a straight dexterity check.
Make a straight dexterity check.
I recollapse my pole and I stick it in my bag.
That's a nat
Not
one.
one.
Oh no!
All right.
Yo,
So,
screw it. Partway in, I'm just gonna give up and I'm just gonna. Actually, I just realized I don't have a knife. Never mind.
You don't have a single sharp object on
Oh,
you?
I have Skirbo's sword. I'll use it to cut the ropes.
All right. When you cut the rope, Skirbo falls down from the post and takes 5 points of bludgeoning damage as he hits the floor.
Well, I was planning on catching him.
Well, that's the point of the straight dex check.
Yeah.
Is to see if you manage to get him in time.
Okay.
So yeah,
Sort
so
of
your
like
dead captain just
side.
fell in a heap on the ground.
Yeah,
And that doesn't wake him up either?
My arms
No.
resting on it. I'm just sitting there watching with apt fascination, being like,
No.
don't see that every day.
No.
I'm just gonna
You might want to give him a once over.
I'm just gonna go over and flip him over and straighten him
So I
out.
occasionally tap him with my staff as he just rolled over and just like. I
I'll
don't
just
think he's alive.
you're trying to tap him and I'll just smack the staff away.
They're like, I don't think he's out. I don't think he's alive. I think he's dead. I just turned
poke
to
him
him and be
with
like,
a
my
stick.
friend, I think he's dead.
He's pretty close to it.
Dang, Grandpa
Well, he
already
did roll
bit
his
the
hit
bullet?
dice when he had the rest, so
Yeah.
5 damage wouldn't have
Yeah.
killed him.
No. It's not like that. I'm just saying that. It's an old machine that shut down for the first time in a very long time.
All right, can I make a check to see if he's still alive?
Yeah. At the very least, notice
I
that.
feel like that. If anything, that would be a medicine check, but
Since he's a
the
robot,
workload started
Arcana.
20,
Yeah.
so yes, Arcana.
Yeah. At the very least, you'd notice that he doesn't look any
13.
worse than he did last night.
He's alive, but he's got hold up. Where?
You can tell that
course.
all of his primary components are intact, but he is currently but it seems as though he might have switched himself off.
Yeah. He's alive, but shut down. Let me see if I can reactivate him.
All right, Joe.
What kind of check do I need to make to do that?
I feel like that would be another Arcana. check.
Yeah. Make another Arcana. I'll decide if he figures out where it is.
If he just finds the owner's manual stuck inside a crevice somewhere.
Make an investigation check.
That would be one
in the backpack
hell of an
Skirbo.
owner's manual to survive 700
That's a
plus years.
16.
And that'll do good enough.
Probably a
It
DC
takes a
15 or so.
while. Yeah. But I was also ruling it that it'll also depend on how long you take.
Oh yeah.
So it takes you about at least 30 minutes looking around. You're just like there's no switch or anything, and until eventually you find something like inside his mouth, which you quickly realize might actually be something, and you quickly deduce.
I am going to telepathically switch it on.
Yeah, well,
Chomp down on your hand.
John, you do that first, but it doesn't do anything. So you realize you're gonna have to you have to hold the button.
Oh. I will
I pull out
telepathically
my
hold the button.
pole.
Yeah, you see.
Well, I was gonna say, I pull out my pole and I hold it up and be like, "You want this?"
Hang on.
I'll just bat it away again.
Yeah. So
I'll
so
put
he
it back in my bag.
So you start hearing some whirring noises as his systems start back up. The sound of pressure re-entering his pistons, and he just sort of stiffens up before his jaw hanging loose before he suddenly clamps shut, and he just sort of sits up, and his you hear just yet more whirring sounds as it almost sounds like it's making some sort of system check.
Okay.
It's
Scurvo.com is restarting.
very sudden.
Fans are like
Very-
going this.
And you
Up
just
it.
and at a certain point you just see his eye just sort of flickers back on a yellow color.
Once I'm sure he can see me, I'm gonna slap him. Not hard enough to deal any damage.
Wait, John. John, you see the light flicker on, and it still sounds like booting noises. Like you ever turn on an old computer, like an old disk drive? That's kind of what it sounds
Yeah.
like.
But yeah, once I'm sure he
And he's
can
just-
see me.
Yeah, but then very suddenly, his eyes suddenly flashes red, and there's almost a buzzing sound. Dun dun dun.
I just feel like, does he normally sound like that?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
You see his eyes still. He's still flashing like that. You with your Arcana, you quickly realize it must have been some sort of error message.
Oh.
That he's trying.
Syntax error.
It's almost some kind of error.
Scurvo.exe has stopped responding.
Yeah. You do realize that there are at least 6,000 things wrong with him, right?
Yes.
No.
He's
Yeah,
old as
who would've
balls, of
guessed?
course.
Yeah, so at about that point you probably slap him, and then his eye flashes green, and he with a ding sound.
Yeah.
and he just and then his eye powers down again before flaring his usual blue.
Did you feel that?
Gotta be honest, lad, I'm amazed I turned back on at all.
So he did not feel this. Did he feel the slap or no?
No.
I'm gonna slap him again. Not hard enough to deal any damage, but just
Yeah.
don't
How's
you
your hand
ever
doing?
do that again.
How's your
Beating a
hand?
computer to make it work.
Yeah. Well, good news. Good news. As long as we stay out of their way, they'll stay out of ours.
What are you all talking about? I turned to Tinker. Is this the one that you said went missing yesterday?
I
This,
stand up. Who's
this
this
is our
now?
captain. This
Aha.
is. I never did get your name.
My name is Sadar. I am a local around here, you could say.
Well, pleasure to meet you, Sidar. I'm Captain Scurvo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
You look like you're in
fa-
dire need of maintenance, my friend.
Yes, I haven't heard
Maintenance.
that. Haven't heard that one in the last six. Haven't heard that at least 600 times since I came out of that cave. Oh, you kept it all safe. Good.
Yeah, he's gonna
Good.
give it back to you.
Yeah,
Hey,
he'll
next to you.
he'll re-equip himself.
What in this plane are you doing with a boat? It's nothing but sand. And I just sweep
No,
my
no.
arm out.
You haven't seen the Duchess expand yet. You just see a ship in a bottle,
Yeah.
and
Fair
he
enough.
just and he's just like he's
Like
looking over all
Pirates
his
of the
stuff.
Caribbean 4 style, or just straight up a ship in a bottle?
Yeah. Well, I imagine that it looks like a small ship in a bottle that's just with like magic sort of swirling inside of it.
Okay. Because like I didn't know if it was like the Blackbeard
Where,
ship in bottles in Pirates, where they actually like look like they're on the sea in the bottle.
No. That wouldn't make much sense given that it's just the ship shrinking.
Okay.
Yeah. But I like to rule, despite the fact that most of Skirvo's inner workings are definitely more magic in nature, I like to rule it that there's a much more mechanical logic to it.
Okay.
But
Like steampunk almost.
yeah, pretty much. That's part of the reason why I kind of imagine that his arms kind of look like that one lady's arms from Arcane.
But no, I originally had a plan, but I only would have done it if Skirvo was awake when we found him. My original plan when we found him was to pull off the arm that I repaired and slap him with it.
Could do that now.
I know.
Yeah, that would have been funny, but also I was like, nah, I had to remain completely stationary for like 10 hours. There's no way he stayed online that entire time.
Yeah.
The so yeah, he's gonna look over everything. Something's different about the pistol.
No, it's not actually, because I didn't do that. Well, actually, yeah, I probably would have pulled the stuff off of it, but I didn't actually work on the alchemy joke.
Yeah.
I harvested the parts. I have an idea. Didn't get it done yet.
More useful than the pistol.
I
Well, I
have an
trust
idea
your
for a
judgment.
device that can produce sustenance for Clara.
I knew I was right to trust your judgment, Mr. Ticker.
And perhaps other useful liquids.
I pat him on the shoulder.
If you can,
I was right to leave you in charge.
Yeah, okay. I after he says that, I just turned to Ticker. If you can create a device that can
You wouldn't have heard that.
Oh, that's true. It says all telepathy. I forget this thing. Never mind. I forget.
Yeah.
I forget these things sometimes.
Well, yeah.
Out
Admittedly,
of curiosity,
I
Spencer,
wasn't.
what would the max amount be for the blood?
Oh yeah, that is important. Okay, so
mayonnaise is 2 gallons, honey is 1
How's
gallon, vinegar is 2 gallons,
acid
wine
is
is
8
1
ounces. We will say. Wait, give me a second.
How's Clara looking?
She's delicate. So she looks to you is like, is Captain Scurvy, and then just kind of starts whacking your leg with her free hand, as the others with an umbrella.
Yeah. Skirbo's gonna walk over to her. Oh, did I scare you a little, miss?
A little.
Sorry, just had to go out and make sure nothing more happened to us. Had to make sure nothing more happened to you.
Okay, so amount for amount of animal blood that you could possibly make would be about, if judging from like a healthy amount, We will say. Wait a second. We will say about a half gallon.
Okay.
All right.
That's still quite a bit of blood, actually. I mean,
That's a lot of blood.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
if I remember
like, I mean,
correctly, a wine bottle doesn't hold that much. So
well, I'll just go in. That's like half person kind of amount of blood.
Anyways, but
Just
the
under
point.
half.
That's good. That's good. It just means we have enough to actually feed her once a night.
25.4 ounces.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, a wine bottle
There you-
holds like a fifth of a gallon.
yeah, so looking around,
We're
Skirvo.
bigger than quarts. Oh well. You were saying?
So, Mr. Sadar, was it?
Yes.
Are you planning on traveling with us?
You do seem like an interesting lot. Especially the fact that you travel with a snack. And I gesture to Paimon.
I flip him off.
Skirvo's just going
I see
to
the teeth dynamics and change.
I'm not gonna roll an insight because Skirvo's done this song and dance before. We've already established this. We've already established that a long time ago. This is kind of something that he's already had to deal with. So he's like, he's just like, they're them heathen gods are all having a laugh, are they? Just once I'd like to have a full crew that doesn't want to eat each other.
Perhaps maybe in the next lifetime.
Continue on. I was like, it seemed last night when your compatriots joined us at Martin's. No, I don't say Martin's. At the homesteader's house next to the cactus fields. You're running from something. Unless you have specific business in the pyramid, perhaps hiding out here in the waste for heat to die down might be a wise choice.
Well, I'm happy to report that because I went walkabout last night, we are no longer in need of running. In fact, we now have very specific business back at the pyramid.
Oh, this should be interesting.
Interesting indeed. I don't know if you'll be assisted in any way, but you're more than welcome to come with us if you wish.
Good to be entertaining at the least. And perhaps if I come across something for me to practice my abilities with.
Abilities, you say?
Is there any grass around us?
Any like little scrubby
yes,
plants?
because there is a well. There are scrubby plants.
I just sort of hold my staff out in the direction of the plant, and then the plant starts wilting.
Oh yeah.
After it's visible that it's starting to wilt, I put my staff back away, and it doesn't continue to wilt.
Oh yes. Side tangent. Sadar. Specifically your people, not necessarily you. They don't like the new people that are well, they call them the new people. Basically, the people that are now living inside the pyramid because they feel as if they are trampling upon sacred ground. they're fine with you going there though, because well, no, that sounds very supremacist. I was going to say you were one of the chosen people, but it's like it's more like you are the inheritors.
I am one of them, and therefore it's not heresy because I am of the species.
Yes.
Besides, your kind should not be there in the pyramid anyway.
Martin disagrees with you, and he's been here longer than most of you.
I just shrugged.
So what I'm gathering is you're some kind of magic caster.
Yes.
Well, there's always good use for magics, whether now interchanging beliefs on the other hand, that's where things are going to get troublesome. So it seems you've got a problem with us hired folk walking around the pyramid.
An ancestral building. You new ones should not be here.
Oh God. Sorry, oh my God. Oh God.
When you ever say that, it's an ancestral building. You knew
No. What had happened was my it's kind of impressive actually. My I mentioned before my water bottle's a rum bottle right now.
Mm-hmm.
When I took a drink from it while you were talking, it somehow splashed back through the neck of the bottle right up my nose. I was just like, oh, no, don't do that.
Involuntary neti pot.
Yeah, pretty much. I got a nice sniff of water. Slightly cleared out my sinuses though, so that's good. I'll take that.
That's a good thing.
I'll take
that
that win. I'll take that win. Anyways, so your sacred ground. So you people are the natives of this land depicted on the walls.
Sensor, are the people depicted on the walls just Naga, or are they like Naga and Yawanti and other similar?
You believe that they are.
All right, good.
That is what I have been taught by the tribal elders.
This is reminding me of Kersha Strahd right now, with the with one of us having a relatively restrained accent and the other one going like really going for it accent. And now we have yeah. And now rather than that, we now have two people really going for it when it comes to the accent.
And Ticker has like an on again, off again accent that I do when I actually remember. And I'm not even sure what his accent is supposed to be.
That was the problem I had with Voldrive. I knew it was supposed to be Russian, but I could never remember to do it.
Well, I mean, my biggest problem is that I can't decide whether I want Skirvo to be Scottish, British, or Irish, so I just say yes.
He has three different voice software protocols. He switches his computer switches between them.
Yeah, because like I always I generally pronounce certain things specifically, but like the way I pronounce them is like I think in the last couple sentences I've said it in all three of those in one sitting, which makes it one hell of a mess in terms of accents. But yeah. Considering that Skirvo's supposed to sound a bit scarier, it's fine. But the and also slightly unhinged. But the yeah, so well, very well then. We might as well. Well, is your village far from here? You seem rather keen to be traveling with us, and you may as well tell the other folk where you're going, in case they need you for something.
So it was a half day from Robinson's house. Where is it from here?
Well, no, it was a half day from the opening of the whatchamacallit,
Of the canyon.
of the canyon.
Oh, okay. It was a half day from here. From here. Okay.
I think he meant from here.
Where?
Yeah, down here, bottom left.
Where we
there. Oh,
originally
half
entered from, where we're going.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Now I understand. Seriously, I thought you were kind of saying like this area was the way. I mean, the area over there.
Yeah.
That way is the way.
I agree. Let's get out of this wretched canyon. There's been too much
Alright.
pain here.
Is there anything you guys want to do in the village?
No?
Not particularly.
Nope.
Alright. Well, you guys shoot. Hold up. You guys travel through it anyways.
Spencer, as I unintentionally start another legend of a freaking sacrifice that just walked away.
Alright.
I just love the idea of Captain Skirvo accidentally making legends without meaning to, because he's just doing normal day-to-day stuff, and people are just like when you know what happened, it made perfect logical sense, but when you don't know what happened, it's just like, oh, it's supernatural and stuff like that. Because I'm also making fun of the fact that there are crazy tales about sailors and pirates, like infamously how people say that when Blackbeard was beheaded, his body fell off the ship and swam 3 laps around the Queen Anne's Revenge before finally sinking into the sea, which is completely metal if that's actually what happened, but
it's almost certainly not what happened.
The only way that could happen would be if there was some sort of current or something stirring it up to go
if you got caught in like a riptide that was there or something.
Yeah.
Or if someone was dragging the body around for some reason.
Or if those schools of fish or sharks or dolphins or whatever.
There was an old artist depiction clearly showing his body doing a friggin' what was it? I forget the swim technique, what it's called, but it was very clearly swimming. And it's just hysterical because it's just a bodiless, a headless guy just swimming around a boat, and while all the other guys are just staring in horror.
I feel like the funniest to see with that would be a backstroke, but
well, yeah, it's just he does like a breaststroke.
Well, I think the funniest to see would be a backstroke because it's just like the way a backstroke looks. It just
yeah. Oh, front stroke. That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
It looked like a front stroke.
But yes. So you guys get to the edge of the village when it just goes and drops off the side of a cliff, but there does seem to be rickshaw? A gondola, that is what it is called. Right. That leads all the way down.
I'm familiar with this. Yes, you said I was familiar with the village.
Familiar.
Yeah, so I just get it, and it's like come, and just like come, only in a snaky voice. Come.
You pay a gold per. What's it? You pay a gold per person to just have you take them down.
Okay.
Alright.
I will affix I will hand a device to each of the other main party members and to Clara. just in case.
All right.
Which is my way of saying that device is going to be the effects of Featherfall on you if it comes to it.
Yep.
And Featherfall
Yep.
can only affect up to 5 willing creatures, so...
Thankfully, there are.
I
wait,
can't
what
help Gretchen and Brobnar, though.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Well,
about
you
this.
can help. You can help one. Or wait, no, you can't. Never mind.
Nope.
Clara's more important.
4 of us plus Clara. Yep.
4 of us plus Clara.
So do you take the gondola or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we take the gondola.
All right.
You said it was a gold for me to take each of us down the thing, or
Yes.
do I need to pay the 1 gold as well?
I don't know. Do you want to be like? Do you want to be that
I already
person?
paid for me and
Okay, so
Clara.
that's a yes. That's a yes. Okay. I do need to pay to get on the thing. Okay, I was
Yeah,
just
paid for
clarifying
me.
that. Yeah, I paid for me. I mean, I can do it.
I paid for myself and Clara. So
I'll pay for myself, I guess.
we got it.
So-
Ever been on one of these before, Clara?
I don't think so. How does it work?
Well, you see those. Well, you see those cables are what's holding us aloft, and they have a pulley system, and he sort of roughly explains how a gondola works.
Mhm.
By
All right.
biting back, wanting to tell the story about the last time he was on one of these. Because considering that it's her first time, perhaps it's best he doesn't describe the time his crashed and burned.
So you guys make it down just fine. The cat the cat lady who was just kind of just directing the entire thing lets you off at the end. Says it will says kind of a goodbye, thank you for
Mhm.
visiting to us,
Yeah.
but in a language that you can't understand.
Mhm.
Save
I go
me
come
for
again.
Zadar.
Yeah, I just nod and lift my fez up briefly, and then slither on.
I tip my hat and we head our way.
With that, nothing terribly interesting happens as you guys leave the valley this time around. Where do we? What, this one?
Finally out of that cursed place. Spent freaking 3 sessions, 4 sessions in that place?
You should
Something like
probably
that.
take. You should.
Give
Hang
me a
on.
second.
Let me do a little something for
Red.
Earl. There we go.
Oh, yep.
There we go.
Oh, he's not there.
Oh yeah. We should probably put Theron away and then put Theron in the characters known and cross him out too.
Yeah.
Is Dig Dug dead?
No, he's not dead.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. Hey, move Theron.
There we go.
There you are.
Maybe we should have like a character, like the Fallen box that's just a
Okay.
box
Yeah,
for
let's do
dead
that.
characters.
Just like a tombstone.
Dead. Dead.
One of you guys can set that up, but I gotta explain what's going on.
Yeah, I'll set it up.
Yeah.
All right. So, you guys are going to the village, right?
Yeah.
This is our Sadar.
Yes.
All right. You guys travel for about the rest of the day. To another kind of inlet type area. There seems to be an oasis of sort towards a center. Well, the center of this place. It's not necessarily a village. It's a step above that. A town of sorts with some more sophisticated looking architecture. as in this place actually holds 2-story buildings. Sadar is waved
Yep.
in, but
It's set up now.
the
So
rest of you.
So you have to move the minis in, but
Oh yeah.
or the tokens, not the minis.
I'll
Oh, shoot.
remember how to erase my.
Just select it and then hit delete.
No.
There we go.
There's still that one little spot, and that's not mine,
Yeah.
apparently.
Move. There we go.
Yeah.
There we are.
So
Alright.
at the gate, I just approached the guard. Oh wait, real quick before I do any of this. Is there like a quote unquote inn in this town or?
Yes, there is an inn, but yeah, so everyone greets Sadarian politely. As for the rest of you, they look. They don't look too happy to see you, except for Ticker. They look at specifically you curiously, and they look at Paimon hungrily.
Simon, regretting every decision she's made up until this point.
Paimon, you feel as if you are a
Walked into a lion's den.
Walked into a lion's den.
I ain't going down without a fight. I'm pulling out my dagger again.
Maybe stick closer to me, Paimon.
I'll just put a steadying hand on the dagger again.
Yeah, and Naga at the gate. I'll just tell them that the bugbear, the Thrike Ring, the Warforged, and the 2 snacks are with me for the meantime. That they are interesting sorts of characters that I wish to study
Examine further.
Yeah,
and
study
also the half
sure they're dealing.
and also the half elf.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the half elf. Yeah, because the 2 snacks was Gretchen and Paimon. Yeah, the 2 snacks was Gretchen and Paimon.
Yeah.
And the half elves, yeah.
Yeah. Don't describe the half elf as a snack. She'll make a snack out of you.
Yeah, no, but also just it's an elf. Ooh, so chewy.
And
yeah,
also,
no
if let's just say if you lay a finger on Clara, you better have another backup character.
I flattened your last one with a boat. I will do it again.
If you did mention up elves on the menu, he'd be like, "Ooh, no, gross, nasty, so chewy, there's no meat on the bones." Make like a totally disgusted face. Like,
that's actually I need to point out that's actually the first time I've also accidentally killed a player character. So, hooray!
It was bound to happen. I already had 2 failed death saves.
Well,
10 or lower would have killed me anyways. So
that was fun. That was fun.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, so bugbear, the half elf child, the Thrike Ring, the robot, and the 2 snacks.
Did you tell me to shut up again, Maddie?
Yeah.
Maybe she did. I don't know.
Maddie told me to shut up again.
He's hurt.
That's because you sneezed. You're sneezing. It won't be a problem. Yeah. Does the guard let do the gates open, let them in?
Yes. The gates do open. I guess, I forgot to describe the gates. The gates seem to be made out of seem to be made out of the same mud and bricks as everything else around it. However, there seems to be a lot more wood in the actual structuring of this building.
But they find all the lumber.
Well, as they hail you in, you see in the center of this town is an oasis surrounded by a grove of trees.
I'll do it.
I turn to Skirvo and Ticker and I just say, I suggest you keep the two snacks close by. Would it be very fortunate for them if they got turned into soup?
I gesture to Paimon and Gretchen to get closer to me. It'll look a lot like
out of character,
you know.
I'm just going to straight up be calling Paimon. I'm referring to Paimon as the snack for basically here on out.
Yeah. Taste. The tasty morsel. Oh man.
Yes. Was
See,
there a
I guess
specific place-
that party dynamic hasn't changed.
Not at all.
It's a little bit. It's a little bit. With
We still
Theron,
hate each
Paimon was
other.
on the menu. It's not hate. Well, with Theron, Paimon wasn't on the menu. With Sidar, she's only not on the menu, but she's a party member. Otherwise, she'd totally be on the menu.
Oh, it's like, yeah. The second Paimon's like, screw this. You all can go by yourselves. I'm striking out on my own. I'll start my own crew with blackjack and hookers, and like leaves off. You know what? Forget the hookers. Just friggin'. And then like she walks off into the distance. Sidar, I'll be back. Slithers off, and then we just hear screaming. He comes back. He comes back with beef jerky, and we don't ask questions.
Sidar, is there any specific
What is
place
our party
you
in
wanted
beef
to go?
jerky?
Let's see here. Not particularly. I'll probably point them out to the inn and be like, if you're going to stay here, this is the inn.
How long of a trek till we reach the town from here, or the pyramid from here?
About the day.
Perhaps
we may as
it'd
well
be.
stay here for the rest of the day. Get a fresh start in the morning.
Yes, I need some. Yeah, I need some maintenance. Yeah, so he's gonna.
Tigger
gonna work.
Tigger like shoves a wrench towards you, and you'll be doing it yourself today.
There.
So you guys get to the inn.
I'm mad.
I slither off to go. Like I assume some of the supplies I brought were like for like various other things in the town besides just me. So I made whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. So I go off to do that, and I basically leave with the project. Don't do anything stupid. I'll be back.
Enough stupid for the rest of my life.
And
I slither off.
You slither off. Okay. I'm gonna roll a dice to
Briefly.
see who I go for next.
Now let's see what
I mean,
happens.
I'm going to be back. I have errands I have to do.
Yes.
And it'll only take me an hour to create an infusion, so I will be doing that once we get the time to, take a break.
So you guys are at the front of this inn, and I assume that you guys have gone inside. There seems to be a person at a desk type structure.
Yep.
Not everything's made of wood, but this is not one of those things made of wood.
Is it like stone or
Yes.
something?
Yeah, it's made out of. It seems to be made out of a strange gray stone. Well, it's strange due to the circumstances of the situation, but it's kind of normal, I guess, as far as things go. What is it you guys want? You hear a hissing voice coming from behind the desk. Someone who is fiddling with a couple of papers.
Just room for turn, recalibrate current party size in reality? Like, okay,
7.
6.
No, 6. Yeah,
Yeah,
Sidar
yeah,
wouldn't be staying here
yeah,
because I assume Sidar has a house somewhere in town.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
Yeah.
Yep.
room for 6.
So you want a common room?
Only about 1, 2, 3. 3 of us sleep. Well, wait, 4.
Hmm. All right, I'll see what I can do. So,
Accommodation.
looks through lists of accommodations.
Yep.
Are some of you fine sleeping together?
I mean, 3 of them all are small creature size, but
Yep.
I could sleep in the closet, man. It don't matter where I sleep
And
in.
Hey,
two of
step
us
out the
don't
closet.
sleep.
That's mine.
yeah, 3 are small, 2 don't sleep, and then that leaves Brobnar, who's too big to be made into a snack.
I couldn't.
Actually,
couldn't
bugbears have
resist.
a thing that lets them squeeze through small places.
Nice.
Well, yeah, but my point is that they're a medium creature.
Well,
He's
yeah,
a bit on the larger end for snack.
Yeah.
yeah. But
He's
they're
like a feast.
kind of in between
That'll be
small
fine.
and medium. Is the point?
But yeah,
Mhm.
but yeah, that'll be fine.
I thought bugbears were just really tall.
Maybe.
That's what
I
I
don't.
thought.
Yeah, they are.
What?
They're really tall and lanky. That's what it is.
I mean, Paimon. I mean, if worse comes to worse,
6
we
to
could.
8 feet tall.
Okay.
Yeah, they're they're a pretty
They're
tall
lanky,
goblin.
is what they are. They're lanky because
Yeah.
so they can
If-
squeeze through. Anyways, never mind.
If the worst comes to worst, we literally just have Paimon. All the girls sleep together in one bed. Clara more because she's definitely going to eat one of them, or at least try to.
Well, not tonight.
Yeah.
Going to sleep in the closet then.
All right.
In the
Oh,
closet, not on.
in the-
on
You didn't want to sleep with Gretchen?
Maybe.
Gretchen's back.
Gretchen is back. You know what? Yeah.
Besides, if anyone's sleeping in the closet, it's me, the robot.
would you even?
I figured you and Tigger would be in the main room, making sure that the goblin and the mouse folk.
Making sure nobody eats each
Paimon
other
don't
and nobody gets eaten.
gets swallowed or.
Fine, I'll share a bed with Gretchen.
Oh my god!
Don't do it.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine just like
No coming
just
out
like
of the
me and
closet for
Ticker?
me.
Just could you imagine me and Ticker just like minding our own business? We're just casually chatting around a few things, and then we just sort of hear a and then we just go hey, and there's like a snake trying to eat Paimon. It's like, just grab a stick, hit him in the head. Hey, beat it!
Spit him out.
Yeah, and she just he lets her out and just slithers out. It's like, fine, jeez.
oh gosh. Let's see if
Anyways,
see if we go an entire session without Gretchen getting not Gretchen, without Paimon getting bored.
Bored or eaten?
Both are correct in this circumstance, considering they're snakes.
All right.
Because that's how snakes eat. They don't chew; they just swallow whole and break bones with their muscles.
Mm-hmm.
So, you managed to find a room with 2 king size. Well, the snake at the front desk managed to find you a room with 2 king size beds. It is fairly pricey though, because once again, notice it. So it'll be roughly. Oh shoot! Hotel prices. Give me a second.
There should be something on the wiki page.
Yeah, there's a
I
thing.
believe there is.
I can probably go.
Accommodations. Common room 3 copper, group bed 1 silver, private room 5 silver, suite 8 silver, And then the rest are price per week with apartment and normal quarters.
This would probably be a suite.
With 8 silver, I'll pay it.
All right.
All right. But yes. So
Yeah, I'll just pay him a gold. I won't.
Gotcha.
Tip the man.
Yeah.
So you have a room now. Anything you guys wanted to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna work on doing some light maintenance, taking some rests, as well as just at some I just want to point out at some point Skirvo just stops for a while because he's working on some programming, and then at some point Ticker hears the absolute red flag of finally that morality compromise message was driving me bananas.
Tinker just looks up from the. He's tinkering on one of the wine bottles, and he just looks up for a moment.
Yeah, just like,
whatever.
Just like, I'm sorry, what did you say?
And then he just goes back to what he was doing.
Concerned look out of the side of the eye.
Freaking.
All right. Paimon, did you want to do anything?
Yeah, I am going to go back to the book.
All right.
Cookbook, yeah.
You got a lot of reading time to do.
Yes, I am.
Oh,
I am making my alchemy joke. So.
I'll be back.
Good. What's the longest period of time for these activities to take place? How long does it take to make the alchemy job?
A short rest.
A short rest. Okay. We'll say that, Paimon, you get 2 more hours through.
Sweet.
Sadar. On to your little side adventures. So, the things that you picked up were more or less just things to kind of give to to your other
I've returned.
2 siblings or your
hatchmates.
clutch mates.
Yeah.
And they kind of work at the artificer's shop. Well, one of them works at works not hotel, but the inn that your new acquaintances are staying at. And you've just picked up some things, some magical-based objects from the temple, or more or less just trying to get it out of the hands of what your sister quotes as those filthy foreigners.
Okay. But mostly after I go about doing my things, for the most part, let's see here. I should probably inform the I guess the druidy kind of caster person. I've probably been who's given me a couple tips here and there and so forth. I'll probably tell him or whoever this person is, and be like,
This person is Akasit.
I just want to make a side comment. It's like those filthy foreigners. Hey, now I may be filthy and I may be foreign, but did you say a third thing? I mean, filthy foreigner is a pretty apt description of Skirvo right now.
Yeah, and probably of Tinker as well.
Probably.
You were all drenched in sand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I go to Akasit.
What is it? You come to me at this hour. I presume you were successful?
Yes, I was. While I was getting cactus fruit from the old man in the canyons, I came across a rather interesting interesting group of foreigners. I think I will keep an eye on them. Very curious individuals. One of which is one of those Thrycreen, another is a robot that looks like it's several centuries past its prime. Would be also a good way to keep an eye on what the foreigners are doing in the temple.
Ah, yes. That is good. I give you my blessing to follow them.
I nod and do typical Naga what's it? Farewells, and then I leave.
He does the same.
Mhm. I return to the inn, and I assume after I get directions, talk with my brother and be like, robot, bugman, 2 snacks. He tells me where they are. I just knock on the door.
Alright, ticker, someone knocks at the door.
That's great. He can't understand my speech, so, and I can't see him.
You could open the door.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to open the door if I don't know who it is.
Do you want to tell someone else to open the
I'll
door?
just like look at someone.
By the way,
someone else and just gesture towards the door.
By the way, as soon as you do that, like Skirvo, actually, you see a spark fly out of him, and his eye just sort of is blinking as he just as a slow music box like tone starts playing out of him. It's kind of creepy, actually. And his jaw slowly hinges.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's just all right. That's lovely.
You golden Freddy looking schmuck.
I'll just telepathically tell Skirvo, Captain, there's someone at the door. They won't understand me if I speak.
He sparks back in. I'll be back. I'm here. One sec. One minute. Just who is it?
It is Thrar.
I open the door to greet Sadar.
Thrar.
Yeah, Sadar.
I slither in and just like, looks like you all made it here without issue.
Aside from the pleasantries you explained before, they've been more hospitable than I expected.
Fair enough. My brother works the desk downstairs. Good thing it is him. My sister would not like you.
I need to stop looking at this Kirby manga that I bought because every time I open a page, it is a cursed image that is terrifying.
Oh. Oh shoot, Sadar, do you have like a wife and children?
No.
Oh, okay.
Virgin.
I wanted to have steaks.
Well, at least not yet.
Okay.
Girl, does he at least have a girlfriend?
Not particularly, no.
Oh.
Partner?
Not that he knows of.
Oh!
Well, like, little did he know, at the other side of the village. How do I ask him? And just like another snake lady, just like, I'm sure he's desperate.
Little did he know, it was actually what's the name? The
Talk of the town.
Medusa. The Medusa. That's why he keeps going back.
Yo!
Oh, dude.
Oh man.
Oh my god, that'd actually be really funny.
This is
That'd be
canon
pretty,
now.
That'd be like a love triangle between
this
like
is
the
canon
Medusa,
now.
Skirbo.
I'm not the DM for this campaign, but I'm declaring this canon.
I want that to be canon so bad, actually. Him and Anastasia being a thing.
Just good friends, that's all. Really good friends.
Oh my god.
And then and it's like, yes, good friends, good
He's
friends.
in denial,
And then
man.
it's like,
oh no.
well, I must be off. And he slithers out, and she's like, hate to watch you go, but love to watch you leave.
He doesn't even have any cake. He's a fucking snake.
Yeah. Yeah. I like
Basically
the
just
way
a
you
giant snake
slither.
with arms. Anastasia is only a snake from the waist down.
It's like, I love the way he slithers.
Snakes don't have ass. What's there to want?
His hood is so marvelous.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's just so, God, that's just funny to me. I love the idea. What about you, Brad?
Came out of nowhere, and I was like, "Oh, this is hilarious! This is too perfect."
Yeah, can we run with that, Spencer?
Yeah, we can roll with it.
Awesome.
So Sadar,
That's
are
so
you?
funny.
So are you going to your own house?
Oh yeah,
Or
I checked in with them, and we set up a meeting time for tomorrow morning.
Why are you sending? Why did you send that gift?
Nowhere, man. Out of nowhere.
It was out of nowhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's also accurate for Skirbo's love life.
The night goes by, very uneventful. Good job, Tigger, for paying the man a tip.
I will pour Clara some. I'll pour her
Blood.
like 3/4 of the bottle because it clears like it's too much before, so I'll pour 3/4 of the bottle full because we have the other wine bottle.
Yeah.
All right.
I want to try and figure out how much she needs.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'll pour her more if she needs it, but
So she drinks through the entire thing, and about like 3 hours later, her stomach begins to rumble again.
okay, I'll pour her a little more.
She drinks the rest, and however, she stays awake this night. It's kind of odd. So this isn't normal for her. So she just kind of, or at least normal as in this past week that she's kind of, that you've hanged out with her. And so now she's just kind of looking around, wandering the room, stares at Paimon like with some sort of intent, and then give me a second.
There's
She
two
makes
people
a
coming to
sleight
make
of
a check
hand
out of you.
check.
Oh my gosh.
Clara is drinking
I
your
say
blood.
you want to kill her already, okay?
She
Clara's trying to drink your blood. Sidar's considering turning you into soup.
so she makes like a sleight of hand check. I guess this makes for a Constitution saving throw. Paimon.
I'm gonna need.
Sophia. Okay, that's better than last time.
All right, nope. You just stay asleep. Clara just kind of like takes the book that you were like huddled next to, and then just starts looking at the pretty pictures.
Wasn't expecting you to stay awake this night, Clara. Full of energy, are we?
I believe so. Can you read this book to me? Holds it out to you.
Well, that's just what we need the vampire child to be reading.
Sure,
This
it's...
book.
Well, I can, but I'm not terribly sure that you'll find it very interesting, but if you insist.
All right.
And we already have one child reading a book about bombs. May as well have the other one.
Might as well have Skirbo read about bombs, too.
Yeah.
All right. So you start reading like...
Tigger, you want in on this?
I'll just sit and listen.
Yeah.
Just not really
Alright.
not really like
Paying attention.
paying attention, just there.
So you start reading like the preface of like the book as it like goes as Clara's just looking on about like the pretext of like about how it is up to the rights of the people to protect themselves no matter what, and calling for the total destruction of the government, and then Clara just falls asleep.
It's good to see that a good talk about the complete dissolution of a governing body is exactly the kind of thing that puts kids to sleep. I knew politics were the answer. Why not? He'll give it a flip through.
All right.
I mean, I have it. Before Paimon's usual time of waking up, he'll return it to her.
All right.
Put it next to her.
Did you just like want to flip through, or do you just want to start at the beginning?
More like Skirbo's running a refresher course on some explosive knowledge.
All right.
He was in the military.
I guess you start at the beginning, and it just like tells like some components that you can like hypothetically make things out of. It's like, yes, but you don't get far enough into like methodology. The morning comes.
It's more interesting to read than the newspaper that I've read like 5 times now, that's for sure.
Yeah, like at morning, not quite right at sunrise, but a little bit after that, I'm knocking at the room door again.
Yeah. I close the book and put it next to Paimon, and I check the door because I'm pretty sure there's literally only one person in this town who cares that we're here.
Mm-hmm. Or that knows you're here in the specific spot, anyways.
Yep. Sidar?
Good, you are up.
I'm always up.
True. But then again, you were shut down for a while, back there in the canyon. Anyway.
Just lost all my fight, I guess.
Anyway, let's get the others up. We should be leaving soon. I assume you know you should not be out outside the pyramid at dark, yes?
I'm well aware of that, yes.
Good.
Well, but before I do anything drastic, is anyone else terribly asleep at the moment?
Paimon,
you know what? It's fine. Never mind. I'll just go casually wake everyone up. Not the fancy captain's whistle noise. Yeah. God, that'd be funny. But no, yeah. So he's gonna get everyone awake. Just. All right, Mr. Hobnar, rise and shine. Early at the break of day. Come on, everyone, get up. You too, Gretchen. Especially. And he'll look at Paimon, who obviously doesn't get up normally, and then he'll just pick up the book, and then he'll just pick up Paimon. He'll just take Paimon out of the bed.
Snack?
And he's just gonna be like, and she's just, Maddie, are you still asleep despite literally being held by the scruff of your neck right now?
Yes, I'm still asleep.
I like pull out my staff and like, briefly like poke it. And, like, what's wrong with
is everyone else awake? Is everyone else awake?
Yes.
All right. 5 out of 6, good enough.
I just put my staff away and just shrug.
Okay, so here's what I do. I just say, 5 out of 6, good enough. Let's get going. I just sort of sling her over my shoulder and just keep walking. And just get
I'm
walking.
still dead asleep.
Yeah, you'll wake up eventually.
Yeah.
The hot sun bearing down on you is going to make it really hard to sleep in a minute.
Oh, yeah.
I do have your book. So.
Yeah, I just leave them out, and as I get outside, I just whistle, and my flying snake comes and just
a bit more
lands on my staff.
Yeah. Now, that's a fun trick.
So yes, the morning comes, you all make it out, and I assume you're all going to the
pyramid.
Temple
to the pyramid
thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
We need to turn in the orb.
You guys make it to the pyramid at around
just after we leave the town, the village. I'm gonna burn a day's rations.
Understandable.
I look at you quizzically and be like, "Why are you doing that?"
Honoring the fallen, are you?
That's a good way to put it.
Every man has their own way to mourn.
A shrug, and I mutter and Naga how Drake Queen are so strange.
I mourn by making it right by the rest of the crew. I've done all I can.
Anyways, as travel forth, nothing too eventful happens. There's a couple of like little side tangents that happen, such as how you guys, how there was how Clara was just constantly just trying to find the smoothest rock that she possibly can to pass the time, as she just kind of like just runs ahead of you, runs behind you, just kind of like goes around in circles, things that children do.
Yeah, kid stuff.
On one of the smaller rocks, I wish to cast Thunderbolt to shape it. It's a cantrip.
All right.
I don't even lift my staff. I just point a clawed finger at one of the rocks and just boom. It makes a noise when the orb hits the rock.
If being out in the hot sun all day didn't wake Paimon up, that sure as hell did.
She's probably awake by now. She's definitely awake by now.
Admittedly, though, it was kind of funny picturing Paimon just being asleep and then suddenly going, "Ah, where am I? Where am I? Are they eating me? Oh God!"
I will say, it's not the rock I point at is not one that Clara is currently holding. It's just one that's laying on the ground.
Understandable. Yeah, you did say like a rock over there.
Yeah. If you shot lightning at Clara,
it's
make a new
thunder,
character,
not
Brad.
lightning.
You're
Thunder,
dead.
not lightning.
You're done.
It's thunder, not lightning.
Well, if you you gonna feel the lightning.
Yeah.
The lightning is Ticker's.
Yeah. Ticker brings the lightning, Skirva brings the thunder. The thunderous roar of a ship falling on your head.
But yes, so you shock the rock, and the energy kind of disperses it, causing it to become super hot, but for a moment as it kind of starts melting the sand around it.
It's not that hot. It's just sound, basically.
No. Oh, all right then.
Well, because it's Thunderbolt, not Firebolt. It's Thunderbolt.
Okay. But you managed to shape it in such a way.
Mm-hmm. And basically, I'm just sound blasting one of the sides off of it.
All right.
It's just a 60-foot range cantrip that deals a D8 of thunder damage. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Okay. But yes, anything you wanted to do with the rock?
No, I was just pointing at a rock and just basically sound blasting it to shape it to a different shape. Curious to see what Clara does now. Because remember, I am here studying these individuals.
She steps back for a moment, because you did just kind of make a very loud
Make a big
sound.
noise.
Yes. Hypersensitive ears are very bad at this kind of situation. And, she looks at you and is like, what's that about?
I think he made the rock different. I think he changed the rock.
You'd be so loud about it.
I forgot. Elves have sensitive ears.
Aye, that they do. If you want to perform tricks, I recommend warning the kid first.
He raises an eye ridge at you.
In case she has a lot in this world she doesn't understand, and and in the next, and the next. There are too many planes.
I start getting in a conversation with Skirvo, seeing how many planes he's traveled.
At least 7. There are certain instances where he's not sure if he was in a different plane or not, or in a previous plane, or just in a particularly bad crap storm.
So that puts it at least the material plane he was built on, and
Yeah.
the Outlands, and
Sigil.
Jazeera.
Yeah.
Sigil isn't its own plane; it's just part of the Outlands.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And then also presumably the elemental plane of water.
Yeah, probably, and also Faerun and.
Yeah, that's part of the material plane.
Oh, it is.
No, just
Yeah.
I assume
Eberron?
by planes he meant like material planes
Like-
as separate planes.
Yeah.
Because
That-
the material plane is technically one plane, but
This is true.
but he's never been, spell jamming before, which means I assume he would travel between material planes through the elemental plane of water.
Yep. Through that and portals.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
General
Gate or
portals.
something like
So
that.
he wouldn't know that they're all one plane.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yep. Yeah, he's like, there are too many planes. And then he finds out how many planes there actually are, and he's like, well, this is gonna be a bitch of a software update.
But yes, you make it to the pyramid at around half day, and the other half is just spent climbing the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, do you actually know anyone who lives in the pyramid?
Couple of the shopkeepers. There's Fat Harry, who runs the general store.
The shopkeepers are quite nice.
And there's Anastasia, who runs the magic shop.
Quite a pleasant conversation she is.
Oh, yes, indeed. Indeed.
I couldn't help but see it as like this that
Start smirking or something like that.
no, like that there was one like there was one meme I saw a while ago where it was just like where it was like most guys, and it's like, and it's showing two guys dueling. It's like, you'll never love her more than me, and then but then it says weebs, and then it just shows like those two like that one meme face of like the bearded complete medieval art looking dude, and it's just two of those facing each other, and it just says, "This is my waifu. Ah, fine taste."
Yeah. He just goes, she did have an interesting tale to tell about about a warforged pirate captain.
Sorry, what'd you say?
There. He
Sorry.
was telling me about a warforged pirate captain that she had an interesting conversation with a couple of weeks ago. Interesting character.
Pretty sure that's me. There's no. I don't think there's many Warforged pirates like me anymore. I used to be part of a whole line. There were 70 of us. We were.
Yeah, she up and down is like, how long ago was that? Few centuries?
You're off by. You're off by. 8.
Dicker will just interject.
Yeah. He's
Our
like,
best guess is somewhere around 700 years.
longer than
No wonder you're falling apart.
longer than that, Ticker. Knocking around 2,000 apparently.
No wonder you're falling apart. You're as old as a dragon.
Older. It does provide its own problems, though. I used to, you see, I knew all of them. I knew all of them. Not all of them survived the war, and those of us that did, we turned against the British Empire, and we did what we could to save the commoners. They didn't much like our piracy ways and tried to replace us. That didn't work out too well in their favor. Those LD5s couldn't think, let alone steer a ship. But but then more and more, I start hearing that some of them are just down. I heard a couple of them went crazy because they lost their ships. Saw a few ships that didn't have their captains anymore. Last I heard, there were only about 15 of us. It would be nice to at least have closure on them.
So you guys make it to the top of the pyramid at around 7 p.m. because we'll say that was the time you were going for.
Yep.
What do you guys want to do first?
Oh yeah, I probably should have, before we entered the city, I would have or at some point during the middle of the desert, I would have expanded the Duchess so that I could have retrieved the orb from it, because otherwise we would have had a problem.
Yeah.
Yes, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Presumably bad holding once we retrieve the Duchess.
Yeah. Obviously, an interesting conversation ensues about the fact that my ship does that, but
Also, I question why you have a ship in the middle of a desert.
And also why it has holes in it.
Yeah, that's another question. Why? Not only do you have a ship in the middle of a desert, you have a ship that won't even float.
Number one, I was
Cigar,
built.
Make an insight check.
Yeah, I was built with the ship.
You say insight.
Investigation.
Oh, that's not as good as insight. Oh well, not minus. It's still a positive number. +1 and 12.
12. When he pulls out the orb, you feel a strange vibe from it as it calls from you. Well, as it calls to you, or at least like, how is it? It's just something about it that you have this strange connection with it.
What is that? I point to the orb.
We call
He's like,
them
orb.
dragon orbs. They're what our employer is hiring us to gather. They open a door deep within the temple.
Do I know anything? Or does that sound familiar? Do I know anything special about the door or what may be behind it?
Or at the very
Alright.
least, have heard of the door before.
Your elders tell of a door deep in the temple which shouldn't be opened, lest there be things that come forth from it. However, these stories have been perpetuated from generations, and you're thinking that some of the tales may be a bit too fantastic.
There are legends of a door in the bottom of the pyramids at sea that should not be opened. Because bad things will happen.
Yeah, we're aware
There's-
that helping him open the door is probably a bad idea, but
I'm curious how you passed this tale along. Was it oral tradition?
Spencer, was it? I assume it was.
Yes, it
But-
was.
What?
It was.
Yes.
Well, while I am always one to argue that there's often truth in legend, it is also worth remembering that oral tradition isn't the most reliable form of passing down.
Some of the tales
history.
are a bit too creative.
I know a thing or two about that. That lad over there thought I was a ghost. Point to Hrobnar. You had jolly good times in that prison, eh? What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do?
Does Robner have non-flashbacks to the jail?
Hrobnar practically starts crying.
He needs to make a wisdom save.
Poor Hrobnar. I didn't mean to torture him, but you know, my sheer existence and the trauma he has is inseparable. So, anyways, we make our way to Beladros. The fancy lad himself.
You make it to his abode. Things seem a lot more upbeat this time around. The doors are already open this time around, and the wisps that bring you to his room seem to vibrate with excitement.
It seems like they already brought him the blue orb.
Oh, they found the blue one already?
Yes. And we had already procured the green.
It was the emerald.
Or emerald, yeah. That's right, there was a difference. So, let us continue in to greet our benefactor.
So you guys, I don't know if you guys warily go in, however you want to go in. When you finally get to his main room, it seems that on the opposite side of you, where there was previously just a giant portrait of a landscape with a being that looks similar to Beladros on it, there now seems to be like a singular picture on the wall with that just fits in this tiny corner, and a banner above it of teams of
The month.
not of the month, very important. Listen, I guess BIGs, very important groups, and it's like it just has like a picture of each of the previous party members in like situations where you don't remember anyone like taking a picture of you, but it just seems to be illustrated and such.
Well, I'm assuming one of them is the one of Skirvo is literally him keeping night watch, providing the most terrifying image of him. Ugh.
Hello, my esteemed guest.
You've redecorated, Mr. Bellatros.
Why, I see I have, thanks to you. I'm in such a good mood. My forebears never got this far.
Yes, I heard. We actually heard recently that you had forefathers. Apologies for going behind your back about that, but we ended up speaking with the Gold Dragon.
Ooh, and what did he have to say?
Well, he said that apparently they were set here to guard what they were set here to guard the orbs until the time was right for the right people to come by. He seemed convinced that we be they. Or perhaps that it is just time the door opens.
You just seem to be like buttering up his hose, like, yes, we must be the right people then.
Yeah.
Now, what?
Well, I mean,
that is pretty much what
he told us. Now, while we did not procure the blue orb, I'm assuming that has already reached your possession.
Why, it has. I have yet to place it yet, for I have only gotten it just earlier today.
Excellent to hear. I nod towards Ticker.
I'll pull out the gold orb.
I will take it from Ticker and hand it to Bellatros. We have procured this.
Ah, yes. This is good. Very good. Swell. He looks to you at each of you for a second. I thank you for this gift.
Of course.
Wait a minute. Something feels off. Who's that elf that you had along with you?
Oh, he fucking died.
Oh,
Just,
how
is so perfect.
unfortunate.
I made an error in judgment. And I'd rather leave it at that.
'Tis the burden of leadership, nothing more. Well, his sacrifice has not fallen upon the death. We shall make the most of his goings.
I love that he's deliberately not telling us that he's probably alive somewhere. And he's just being worked like a mule. Oh, poor Theron. Things just got worse and worse for him.
Well, you guys, you, my constituents, my accomplices, I believe you know the drill. What is it you wish for?
That's something I'm gonna have to think about. What about you boys, girls?
yeah, probably here. Probably same for me.
Yeah, because I'm somewhere between getting Skirvo some actual repairs or getting at the very least the lumber to repair the Duchess.
No,
I mean, he has
Kayvon would
magic.
want.
If he has magic, you probably could find an open spot to unfold it, and you're
Yeah, or
request
or
be it
ask him if he can have some people help fix it. I mean, that's probably something I could do as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that could have gone worse.
Mm-hmm.
Could have gone a lot worse. That might be what I end up doing, because it would be nice to have a complete ship for in case we try to do any real shenanigans with it,
Yeah.
like spell jamming or flight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's better if we do it that way for now.
But that's not going to happen anytime soon, so I'm not going to worry about that right this instant.
Exactly.
Like, we'll get at least one more orb before that happens. Presumably. Right. So what I'll probably do for my next thing I ask for is a way to acquire spell jamming supplies or something like that.
Yeah.
Or the supplies to construct a spell jammer will be my next reward.
Yeah.
But not yet.
Anyways, yeah. So I guess repairs on me Duchess will have to be my my first ask.
Mm-hmm.
I believe I can arrange that.
Yeah.
Pass me your ship, Captain.
I hand him the Duchess.
Come back in a day's time, and I will have it fixed. Of course, I will not be here, but an associate of mine will.
Or Halligan again. Why is it always you people?
I'm trying to think.
I just can't help but imagine that Halligan is genuinely sick to death of us and wants
I'm not sure if Sidar gets anything.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
he is with you at the moment, so technically, it's. Look, Bellatrix doesn't scry on you on the exact moment that you get it. You know, because he has like 100 separate teams he has to look on.
Well, I was just saying that because, you know, he doesn't work for Bellatrix.
Yeah.
Well, he is. Well, I mean, I guess technically he doesn't work for Bellatrix, but I guess like Sidar didn't kill the people that brought it to him, so
yeah.
Okay.
So it's
true.
So he's thinking maybe he's the hired help they hired.
Yeah.
They hired help for hired help.
Hired a local to help with
now
navigation.
All we need to do is have the hired help hire help to hire help. So that way we can get a pyramid scheme going.
I guess like I guess like he'll offer Sidar a job.
Yeah.
He'll seem to think on it for a moment and then be like, you know what?
Normally I would have been less trusting over the over giving him the Duchess, but considering that we've literally done nothing but help him, like it's pretty safe to assume that Bellatrix is very much inclined to grant our wish, considering that rather safely, because he knows that because given all Skirvo's done for him, screwing him over now would only cause him problems in the future. But anyways, what are you guys getting?
I have no clue.
Let's see.
I
mean, I heard you wanted spell jamming tools, right?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we could still get them and have them stored on the Duchess.
Yeah, we could. If I don't think of anything else, then after other people have asked for things, then that's what we'll ask for. But
we can end the session right now, so you guys have like a week to figure out.
Yeah, I think that's probably a pretty smart idea.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. I need repairs on the Duchess. There could be other things I ask for, but I need repairs on the Duchess.
All right, so that is where we are ending today's session. We might be back next week. We might not. We'll find out later. Anyone who watched, thank you for watching. You can find the archives on the YouTube channel because they go away after 2 weeks on Twitch. See you later.